Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video, and this time I want to share with you a thing that I've been working, try to organize a little bit my army and to have it ready for battle. So this is a thing that I've been working just to share with you, and as a way also to start creating the fluff for my units. So what I'm doing is like I'm using mainly PowerPoint. I put some pictures together, and I'm doing the next thing. So you see, I start putting name to every of my miniatures. For the units, I put the name on the unit, and I took the abilities, and I just hide the ones that I will not use. So, for example, the war scroll of the Lord Celestin on Drakot have different entries for weapons, so I just hide the ones that I will not use. And I've been doing that for units, so in that way I know how many units I have, how they are organized, what weapons, and if I go, the next step will be to print them and to have them in one piece of paper. In that way, you have the piece of paper with just the abilities that you need, and you don't have all the abilities that you don't have or you are not using in the war scroll. And I've been using this for all of the war scrolls. Here we have the Celestial Prime. Of course, here we don't have any choice. Is Yeah, there is no choices here. But then we have the Lord Relictor, and I put name, and the Knight Venator. There are some that don't have choices, so it's quite easy, straightforward, but I was working on that, so in that way I can see my miniatures. It's like making the army book of my army. So I just wanted to share with you just another way to organize your army, another way to put the pictures and see how, yeah, and have it ready for battle. So you can print then know this, and you have one page for each of your units, and you don't need to go with the book up and down. This is one of the advantages of Age of Sigmar. You don't need anymore the army book. So here we have the different units, the Griffon, the Knight Heraldor. One of the units that I like it most of, so here we have some of the units that I really like from what how they play. I will say also I will explain a little bit. So for me, really the units that I use the most is these are not I use these. I think it's quite strong. The Celestial Prime, I use it once. I really like how interacting on the battlefield. Uh, the Lord Relictor, I'm not a big fan of it, but yeah, and I prefer to use other characters, but it's quite solid as well. This is one of the characters I use. I think I use him in all the battles up to now. It's a good sniper. Here we have the Knight Zeros. I have not used him on the battlefield yet. The Castellan, the Lord Castellan, I think is one of the best characters, and is more a defensive, and it's really working with the role that in the fluff. So with the lantern giving the +1 to the armor save, if you combine this with the range, you can make it really strong walls that stop any enemy unit. I never used the Griffcone up to now. Uh, the Knight Heraldor, another hero that I was surprised how well is performing. I think the two abilities are quite good. It's not a super strong hero in close combat, but I think what is good is the trumpet, especially the ability to make and these three mortal wounds to the units that are at D6 from this terrain, and then the thunder blast, to be able to make a unit to run an assault. Sorry, the other one, the thunder blast is the damage, and then the hours of glory. So give the capacity to unit to run an assault or to retreat and charge is quite strong. This guy I wanted to use it in the next battle most likely, not used yet. This is maybe my favorite unit in the Stormcast Eternals. Very strong, very have very a lot of punch and is quite resilient. but you have to watch out. Yeah, the enemy is armor 4 plus. If the enemy have rend, you can start having wounds. So it's really a unit that you want to alpha strike. So normally you want to use another unit to shield them. And as you see, I just in that case I have the star soul maces and as it in this was called. Here is the one I wanted to show. So you see I hide the arm weapons that I don't have. I just keep the abilities that I have. So I also hide the ability of this of the yeah all the abilities that I don't have. In that way, it's more streamlined. I know that everything that is writing here is with the abilities that I have. I did not use these. I prefer the ones with javelins. I think in the next battle I will try to use them together with the javelins guys. Here we have the javelin guys, one of my favorite units as well, although they did not perform very well in the last battle. Judicators, I don't think you can go wrong with Judicators, and as you can see, I hide all the abilities from the crossbows as I'm using just the bows, and the same for this unit of Judicators. These are the two units, and I like to put the picture of each unit, and I can use these pictures to know how it wants. And now the next step I will do is I will put a mark on the basis to identify each miniature with his unit. Here we have the unit of 6 Liberators. Again, you see I hide all the weapons that I'm not using with the Liberators. I just keep, uh, yeah, I hide anything that I don't need. That way is more streamlined. You just print that. You have all the abilities there. Liberators have to be the backbone of your army. They really are multi-use, and this for me these are the shields. So normally you use the liberators to stop the enemy vanguard, and then you use your units to counterattack. So another unit of liberators and the third unit of liberators. And then what I was start doing, I did not finish. I was looking the books that I have, start looking the formations, and this is a way for me to organize the army for future. Everything that is in red is the miniatures that I'm missing to complete the different formations. So I start with the formation from the Van Alliance, from the Gold Beast, and then here I was writing some more from the Stormcast Eternal book. So these are the formations that I can really use. So it's a way for me to organize, to have more clarity. The information is scattered sometimes in different books, especially the battalions. So this will be my next step. I will go through the battalions, and once I have time, I will go in depth and do a review of different battalions when I start using them. So far, the one that I really use is I think it's called the Lightning Brotherhood, the one that you can deep strike, and it's quite powerful. And you only need to use the miniatures from the starter kit. So that's all what I want to share. It's just another way that you can. I just spend a little bit of time with the pictures that I already had to organize my army in this type of book and to clean up all the rules that I'm not using. So in that way I can print this, I have the picture of the unit, and I can use straightforward these scrolls on the battlefield, and I can take out what I'm using. They're especially useful when you have these characters that there are several options. For example, in the Celestial Prime that you have different weapon options. I just keep the weapons that I'm using, and all the other abilities or weapons that I don't need to use, I completely eliminate them from the list. So these are the Ghost of Azyr by me. I hope you find this video interesting. Please let me know what do you think. Let me know if you find this is useful. And if you are interested in doing some tactical review on the Stormcast Eternals, don't hesitate to leave a comment below, and I can start doing some more reviews, more in depth. Here I just explain a little bit about the units, very overview, but I can go more in deep on how I'm feeling with the different units and how I find them on the battlefield and what are the units that are performing well and the ones that are not performing that well. So far, my favorite unit, I would say, are the Retributors. And the other one is the Lord Castellan. For me, these are the two very strong. The Lord Castellar, I think, is synergizing very well with the abilities with the Stormcast Eternals. And as the Retributors have a lot of punch, and they really manage to kill what they need to kill it. The Celestial Prime, I just used it once. It really performed very well, but you have to be careful. It almost died before killing, so it's not invulnerable. And the other one that I would like to mention is the Night Heraldor. Very happy how it performed in my last battle. So yeah, that's all for now. Please comment, like if you have liked this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.